Hello, I'm Hilton Samuel, and we are doing or looking at a series called 12 Dating Myths that may be keeping you single and exactly what to do about them. We dealt with one, which was, an insidious one, flies under the radar of many Christians. It's called just wait on God's timing. Sit back, relax, twiddle your thumb, and when God's perfect timing, He will put in your path, He'll put into your life the right one for you. And it has happened sometimes, but we recognize that could cause people to have a do-nothing attitude. The second myth is something that as insidious as the first one that we spoke about. Is called let God choose your spouse for you. Let God choose your spouse for you. Now, this is quite a difficult one, because as Christians we want God to make our decisions for us. However, here is the rub. Even if God were to choose someone for you, would that mean that you would have a perfect marriage? No. If God were to come down right now and give you a dream, give you a revelation, give you a vision that Samuel or Dave or Kyra or Kirsty is to be your spouse, it doesn't eliminate the fact that your marriage to that person would go through rocky times. You will have challenges. You will have tough times. There will be times even when you would doubt whether or not the revelation you had was the right revelation. So regardless to whether you work with God and make a choice, or God handpick someone for you, your marriage will go through trials, tribulations, issues. You will meet forks in the road, and you will have to make decisions as to whether or not you will continue that relationship. So, the idea that if God chooses for you, you will have a perfect marriage is something that we probably need to revisit and we need to expose as a myth. Secondly, the Bible, if we comb through the Bible and we look through the Bible and we identify all the different marriages that happens in the Bible, there is only one couple that I know of. There may be others, and if you could find them, please let me know. Send me an email, comment in the box below. There is only one couple that God has handpicked the spouse for him or her, and that was Adam and Eve. All the other relationships that I can think of, Isaac and Rebekah, we have Jacob, and he got two wives, Leah and Rachel, and David with his wives, Solomon with his wife, down through the ages. There is what I would call a combination of human and divine efforts. Human and divine efforts. So let's just knock that one on the head, that God has given you choice. He has given you preferences. He has given you tastes, so that you can choose someone who is compatible with and for you. Now, let me just say too, that does not eliminate the fact that you should go to God and you should speak with Him. You should tell Him your desires. You should expose your heart to Him. Tell Him that you're leaning towards this person. You're attracted to this person. Ask Him what He thinks about it. Tell Him to give you revelations. Open and close doors as you move forward in an effort to make the right choice. And like everything else, your job, your career, your education, the car you want to get, the house you want to build, the business you want, God will work through the situations, the events that are going to transpire in your life so as to bring out the greatest good. That's the greatest good. There is, and there are, I must say, a number of individuals who think that you should not in any way, shape or form make an attempt to choose someone for yourself. You should leave the choice totally to God. And there are times when it is necessary for you to seek God leading Not only there are times, every time you should seek God's divine guidance in what you're doing, in every situation, in everything in your life. But it doesn't absolve you from making your own choices, telling God your preferences, asking God to lead you and guide you and to show you why you should go ahead or why you should back off, why you should accept someone who's courting you or why you should end the relationship, why you should perhaps do something that would encourage someone to speak to you, or you should simply ignore that. God is more than willing and happy to lead you and guide you. However, he will not do for you that which you can do for yourself. In the next couple of episodes, we'll be looking at many more myths that may be hampering and holding and stagnating you in the land of singledom. And we will show you how to move from that land into the wonderful arena, area, and land of marriage and coupledom. See you soon. Before I go, I just need to identify a couple of other myths that might be associated with this main myth that I'm talking about. I call them the second cousin to the myth God will choose your spouse for you. Here is one. I just need to be myself and God will let someone notice me. All I need to do is to look pretty and sit shy and look vulnerable and someone will notice me. And probably that will happen. However, it doesn't absolve you from probably making efforts to helping someone to approach you, smiling, being friendly, starting a conversation. And here's another one. If God gives you your spouse, you will have a perfect marriage. We spoke about that, so I won't expound and expand any more on that. And the next one, when the right person comes along, I will just know. The Spirit will reveal him to her the minute we meet each other. Yes, there are times when you get instantaneous revelations. However, more than likely, you would probably need a process of getting to know this person in order to evaluate whether or not you're compatible to him or her. I like Joshua Harris's quote, "Too many couples over-spiritualize the decision of whom they marry. Instead of realizing that God leads us by providing wisdom and allowing us to make our own choices, these couples wait for a mystical, magical, miraculous experience that will tell them what to do." And he is so right on point. Right on point. God works through the many avenues, natural avenues, that he has allowed us to develop. We have the power of choice, we have the power of discernment, we have tastes, we have so many things that God will not override and give you someone who is totally not compatible with you. Remember, before you go, you can leave your comments below, or if you want to get all the other episodes, head on over to God Wants You Married and also subscribe to this channel. Talk soon.